go down in flames. Party time going down.
Hello there, Starscream back for a review. Now I know the last review was quite interesting, wasn't it, being a GoBot? Now we're going to go completely the opposite way. We're going back to Transformers, but not your average Transformer. One that has been asked for. This will primarily concentrate on the toy, because it's Megatron. I did a two-part review of Megatron, you know, trying to get to grips a bit more with the character and the depth of how he thinks and works things out, and YouTube, thank you very much for removing the first part. Now I'm completely bollocks, I don't know what to do. I can either redo both parts or redo half of one, then contradict the second one, because I can't remember what I put in the first one, because I can't hear it because they've taken the audio out. Oh, God! No. I'll keep calm now, I promise. Let's have a look at Masterpiece Megatron. Now, I know a lot of people aren't that fond of this toy. I, for one, like it. I think it's very nice, actually. It holds homage quite nicely to Generation 1 Megatron. Now, if I get out for a small comparison here, just quickly. This is Generation 1 style Megatron. This is actually Megaplex. I am not getting Megatron down. Every time I pick him up, a screw falls out of him. This is no word of a lie. Every time I pick him up, something falls off him. So Megaplex will have to do for a comparative for you. So you can see the size variant. Now, if I stand them both up, look. I'll do it at the beginning and show you the variation in between them, but yeah, I mean, it's very good, isn't it? The head mouldings are not too dissimilar, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about Masterpiece Megatron, because he's a real piece of work, isn't he? For one thing, now I'm going to criticise the toy on a few aspects, alright? So I'm not being overly critical. These are just things, observations that I've noticed, which you probably all have. So I'm pointing out the bleeding obvious, but hey ho, you did ask for a look at him. His cannon is far, far too damn big. It keeps slipping. Now this part here where it clips in, I find my one keeps slipping out. It will not stay. So he's always counterweighted on his right leg. And the joint on here, you can see, is plastic. Where it attaches, it can't take the strain. So eventually this just starts to wobble. He's always got a hunch like that. He's going, ugh, I can't. Ugh. So no, he can't move his right arm. You don't obviously get a choice which arm you want to put it on. Megatron is obviously right-handed, you know. It sucks if he was left-handed, wasn't it? Because he couldn't shoot a damn thing. And you know what? That probably explains why he misses all the time. He's actually left-handed, and the gun's stuck to his right. There you go. I like this effect. Now, this is apparently supposed to be a battle thing to pay homage to the Generation 1 toy, where you push this head down and bring this bit up. Okay, that's fine. That resembles the Generation 1 Megatron head, doesn't it? Which is good. The only trouble is, it blinds him. So not only is his aim pretty daft to begin with, it gets even worse when he can't see what the hell he's shooting at. And let alone that, if you put this up, it fixes his head forwards. So he can't look left or right anymore. So the point of that, I do not know. Never mind. I said I like this toy, didn't I? I'm not doing a very good job of defending it. We'll get to that, one thing at a time. And another thing, which my one's starting to do, you've seen the episode Cosmic Rust, haven't you? You know, when Megatron starts to rust, this Megatron's doing the same. He's starting to corrode on his feet. The camera isn't picking it up. But actually, the paintwork, because this is metal, this part, on this side especially, I don't know if he's going to pick it up, it's starting to rust or corrode anyway. I don't know why. I mean, he hasn't been anywhere. He's never been outside. He's been out of his box. That's all he's done. He's starting to rust. And the metal parts here, around here, definitely rusting. I think even the camera's picking up that. They're starting to flake as well. I don't know what the quality control is when they make these larger toys, but obviously they're doing this when they're looking at it. He's going through, you know, and they're going, is this one up to the high standard we want? Yeah, and he's going, I can't actually see what I'm looking at, though. Never mind. There's a certain reviewer on here who got one and snapped him in half. I feel sorry for the guy, because this toy's not cheap. And to be honest with you, it put me off transforming for a long, long time. I thought, I've paid a lot of money, I do not want to snap mine in half. But I did learn how to transform him, and he is tricky. And if you think there's any chance on this earth that I'm going to attempt to do that now, you're very much mistaken, because it's not going to happen. Now look, he does this. My one still works, which is nice. And he comes with a few little accessories. And my favourite one is Krazik, is it? Or Krazik? Yeah, something along those lines. He's out of the episode where he goes around, you know, sort of like temporarily upsetting Transformers, which he seems to control because he's primarily based of electric, so he just fuses them from the inside out. It's so funny. Optimus Prime gets so pissed off with him. And he gets sprayed with this stuff Prime in the episode, and it keeps bouncing off him, and it kind of goes, squishy, squishy, squishy. It's so good. I just lost my voice there. Everybody's going, yay! And I got it back, and I'm going, oh. Why? There's no God. Yes, well, there we go. But this toy I really like. It's a difficult transformation, as we know. The thing I really annoys me, though, is I've got the light on this wrong, and I'll tell you what it is. It's a matte silver. I would like something a little bit more metallic. They've got a bit of scope for a toy of this size, so I would have liked a little bit more, you know, metallic edge to it. And what I would have liked, really, is some sort of, like, battle-looking scars from age, you know, like they got in the movie. You know, his face is all crumbling, and it says, he's looking at Prime, isn't it? And, it's over, Prime, and all that kind of thing. And, yeah, that's good. So I'd have liked a bit of effect like that. But it doesn't seem to matter what I like, so it doesn't matter, really. It's just my opinion. All that aside, okay, I really like the toy. It's great, okay? It's brilliant. I like the fingers. I don't mind the head moulding. I like the way it's big. I like the way it stands proud. It's a nice toy. Every toy's got its faults. You don't often get a faultless toy. I know I raved on about Rid Prime because I really like the toy, but it has got its faults. I didn't really want to dwell on that because apparently I'm a real whinger for whinging on about faults of toys. So the usual criticism I get is, why'd you bloody buy them then? Well, I'm sorry. I collect Transformers, so there we go. But yeah, good toy. Would I recommend it? I would actually, to be honest. I mean, if you're a collector of the Masterpiece series and you've got the Prime, you've got to have Megatron, haven't you? And the Starscreams are my favourite, but I mean, I've got two of the original coloured ones, just so I can have one in robot mode and one in jet mode. They got me, alright? Okay? They got me. I thought it was a brilliant toy, but we're talking about Masterpiece Megatron, and I like the toy. Alright? Okay. I thought that was a fair enough look at him anyway. I didn't want to go too far either way. But there's a set you can get to attach all the original accessories. Apparently you can't import it into the States unless you put a little cap over the end. If I show you at the beginning the size of this gun, you'd have to be moronic to think that was a real handheld weapon. You've seen the original Megatron, fine, he fits in your hand. That thing doesn't. Unless I would have guessed the person's about, 8 foot tall, it might come to hand quite nicely. Never mind. I hope you enjoyed my little look at it anyway, and I intend to make good on some other promises. There's a few I've been letting the people down on, and I better pull my finger out, hadn't I, before I lose subscribers, so take care, everybody. I've been letting the people down on, and I better pull my finger out, hadn't I, before I lose subscribers, so take care, everybody.
Madness is around, the stakes are lit.